Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy Fearless. We got some interesting Resident Evil 4 Remake updates that we got this week that we have to go over in this video. And I'm a little bit late to the party. Forgive me, I literally have a job. I have like 5 people in my freaking household. And sometimes there's so much noise going on. I'm not comfortable recording and the baby's crying. I'm just like, holy shit. I'm literally in my car right now on my laptop at a park recording this video for you guys. So be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you appreciate that. It'd be really appreciated if you can give me some love back. I'm showing you guys some love right now, so let's get right into the video. So I'm sure you guys have heard the news. If you haven't, stay tuned. Got some good news. If you have, you know, there's some good things I'll point out as well. Everybody has their own input and opinions about certain updates and news about Resident Evil 4 Remake. There was a recent interview on Edge magazine with Hirabashi. In this interview with Edge magazine, Hirabashi goes on to say the team was divided into an independent subgroup, each given a different area of the map to develop. For example, the village, the castle, and the island. Yes, the island is back. It is confirmed in the remake. I'm not exactly sure why people were suggesting that it wasn't going to be in the remake. Some people even went against it and said it shouldn't be in the remake. Like if it wasn't the place where we got the cure, it wasn't the place where we beat the final boss, it wasn't the place where we, you know, rescued Ashley, where we met Krauser, or, you know, the beloved regenerators. No, none of that stuff happened on the island. It all happened on the castle. Let's just do it on the castle. That never happened on the island. The island is literally meaningless. Okay guys, I understand the island sucks. Way too much action.
Welcome! Punch! Take care!
But hey, you know, they're making it better. They're reworking it from the ground up, and they're getting rid of the action. But come on, let's not completely ditch the island. There's a lot of potential there, guys. Come on. Let's think straight. Let's get common sense into our brain for a second. Anyways, the teams worked separately before the work was brought together to see how each overhauled element worked with the others to create a more whole experience. So basically they all worked on the map separately and they brought it together in the end to review the progress and the progression of how the maps are going, and they decided to put it all together, stick it together to make it a whole experience. That's pretty good to hear that the island is coming back and they didn't completely ditch it or scrap it. They're actually making it better. Here's a good example. Hirabashi also explains, quote, "Our approach was quite granular. Rather than saying, oh, this is a bit that we struggled to make in the original due to technological limitations, we took 100 individual small elements that make up the original gameplay experience and remade and repolished those building blocks." So they kind of rebuilt things from the ground up and made it better in some areas that they originally struggled in the original development of RE4. So this is a good thing. It's quite interesting and quite you know, good to hear that they're not giving up or cutting corners in areas that they struggled with in the original. They're actually, you know, working hard to make it better and just completely attack it at full force and just overcome the obstacle, right? The producer also stated in the interview that RE4 Remake is in the final stage of development, so they're probably finishing things up like polishes and final touches. And this quote right here from the magazine is very interesting, so stay tuned for next video because I got something quite interesting you guys want to check out. And this little sentence here could determine whether we actually get RE4 Remake in March. You know, there could be some delays, so stay tuned. I'll have a video after this one tomorrow or this time this week. But yeah, anyways, moving along to something a little bit more interesting that actually focuses on our main protagonist. From the article, Hirabashi also goes on to state that, quote, "Leon brings a certain kind of wit to the experience. We've developed the character drama, specifically the interactions between characters and their personalities." The original game was more gamey, arcadey, in the sense that story scenes were mostly there to serve the pacing of the gameplay. Single-player story games have developed since then, so it's been important to integrate the storyline elements. We've tried to make sure that this remake feels like a thorough, modern, story-based single experience. Now this is a very good change here. I mentioned before in the past that if you were to skip the cutscenes entirely, In the original RE4, you would not even know or notice that Leon is infected or that he's struggling with the Plaga infection. There is literally no symptoms or no gameplay changes throughout the whole game that indicate that Leon has a virus in his system. So I'm actually glad that they're doing this, and this is actually a modern way of representing the story, is actually making the cutscenes match the gameplay. So this time around, we'll actually probably see Leon struggle, maybe even hallucinate enemies like the beta and like the rumors have been suggesting and floating around the internet lately. We've already seen Ashley struggling and looking infected in the story trailer of RE4. So this time around, the cutscenes will match the gameplay and we'll get to see some more interesting stuff in the game. So that's a pretty good thing. Let me plant an example for you guys of this scenario here. Let's imagine, okay? Let's imagine you're playing Resident Evil 4 Remake. You've already been implanted with the Plaga. You're playing as Leon. You're in the castle. And surely but slowly, you start to notice that Leon is starting to lose consciousness or have some kind of symptoms, like if he's been drugged. You start seeing like fadedness, blurriness, the screen and everything seems a lot slower. Leon is surely but slowly losing his senses. And the gameplay overall gets much more difficult. And you actually have to press a button on your control, grab the pills that Luis gave you to prevent infection symptoms from happening. You have to grab those pills from your inventory, actually press a button and take them. Otherwise, you'll start hallucinating or start suffering and losing senses, and you'll have an overall much more difficult experience playing the remake. But imagine you run out of the pills. What's next? What's going on? So yeah, that's a good example of what I mean when the cutscenes will match the gameplay, and we'll get to see some more interesting elements in the remake. Now coming up, we've got our next piece of information regarding the RE4 Remake demo. Yes, I know you guys have been wanting to hear about the demo, but apparently the demo is going to be a one-shot 20-minute demo. Whoa, I didn't see that one coming. We always get the same crap. A one-shot demo, a timed demo, which is kind of ridiculous. I mean, every demo I've played besides Capcom's have always been replayable. They do this on purpose. It's like going to the casino, winning some money, and then losing it and going, fuck, like I had it, I almost won. So this is the bullshit that they're running again with the demo. Hey, I'm not complaining. 20 minutes, might have to speed run that, but we're not gonna have much time to, look around thoroughly and expect things. But 20 minutes isn't so bad, I guess. And also, we will not get to see the introduction of the game. It's been edited so that we just start somewhere near the village and proceed to the infamous chainsaw, riot scene where we just attack the whole village. There's got to be some more lore and story development changes happening in the intro, and I'm very curious to see how Leon gets to Spain. Is there going to be an airship scene? Is there going to be any flashbacks from the Resident Evil 2 remake? What's up with Ada? Will he actually be thinking about Ada on his way to Spain in the car or on an airship? We will see, my friends. But coming up, Ganados are now peasants with similar tools to the original. The next piece of information we got is apparently RE4 Remake will bring back horror elements from the beta versions of RE4, aka the prototypes, aka Hookman, the fog even maybe, maybe the dolls as well. We've seen that in RE8. RE8 is a copy clone of RE4, so, But yeah, we will definitely get to see some more elements and, stuff like that from the beta prototypes come in the remake in some way. Here's something interesting I could throw at you guys. I've noticed that people don't want the RE4 prototype, content to make an appearance in the remake. They just think it has no place in the remake. It wasn't in the original, so why is it in the freaking remake? That's how their mindset is, according to, what I've seen. But if you really think about it, it makes more sense for this kind of stuff to make an appearance in the remake, as now we will actually get some better story progression and we'll actually get to see elements of Leon's infection during the game and during gameplay. So this opens up a window for hallucinations and just overall darker horror. So yeah, that's the way I see it. You know, we finally have an excuse to bring that into the remake. Another reason why Capcom is reintroducing these elements in RE4 Remake is there's actually a huge community and a bunch of fans that liked what they seen in the original RE4 trailer.
Resident Evil 4 will be scary than ever before. Don't pee your pants.
There's a huge list of compliments in the comments of those trailers. If you look it up right now on YouTube, nothing but positive reviews. People even saying this should have been released instead of what we got today. So yeah, I'm glad to see that Capcom is actually acknowledging these comments and feedback on YouTube and in the community. Guys, that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. All in all, we're literally under 3 months away from the release of RE4 Remake. Or are we? I got some pretty interesting updates and details to show you guys in my next video. We might be experiencing some delays here with RE4 Remake. Hopefully not. Stay tuned for my next video. Don't miss it. Subscribe and like. Usually around this time we get updates, trailers, and gameplay for remakes, but we haven't got anything. January 11th was actually the 18th anniversary of RE4, the original release, and we didn't even get anything from Capcom. Stay tuned, guys. I got some interesting information that can possibly explain that, and you know, other stuff. Hopefully it's not delayed, but we will see, my friends. Stay tuned.